Evening all. I thought I'd give you a quick update as to what's been going on around here because I haven't posted in, well, a long while now. First of all, I'm going to tell you what's been going on with my 1927 Aveling roller, which is over here on the driveway. We had a bit of a mishap in November, and as you can see, it's in bits, which is ridiculous. Just take that off so you can see what you're doing. You can see here we've had to take the trunk guide out because this gasket in here failed. At the moment it's just sat there on the studs. The failure there just led to huge amounts of steam and noise coming out the high pressure cylinder. Thing still moved, it is a steam engine after all, but a huge amount of work to get this all off just to replace that one gasket. I was pondering about what I was going to do to replace the gasket, because really to replace it you've got to take the slides off here, the crossheads, the cylinder rods, crank rods, all sorts of things. And then my son came up with a genius idea of, well, why didn't you take the piston out? If we take the high pressure piston out, then we can make the gasket, slide it over the piston rod out the other end, and we don't have to disassemble all this gubbins, which I'm a fan of. So that'll be this weekend's job. I'd quite like to get it up and running so that we can have it for a run over Christmas, really. We had quite a nice successful season with it this year. First year we've had it out. Done quite a lot of road runs. We did Bardwell steam threshing with it, took it up to Paken and Watermill, all received really well. So yeah, that's that. Another probably 15 odd hours work to get it back up and running. In other news, we've made a new acquisition. We've got a Lykamobile. So this was originally built in 2009 and was used as the prototype model for steam traction world. Never been road registered. We've had the boiler tested. We had that out. I'll post some pictures if I get a chance. But this thing is incredible. It runs at like 300 psi, twin cylinder, both high pressure, and believe it or not, it runs off a central heating burner at the back, straight off kerosene. So here we've got a few things. We've got water tanks there, another one under there, which is underneath a load of my roller bits. This is the boiler. It's a water tube boiler. Unlike the traction engine, this doesn't have fire going through the tubes. It's got water through the tubes and fire around the outside. Then it comes down here to this thing here, which is the throttle regulator. This is actually a superheated engine as well. These are the superheater pipes before it's finally delivered to the engine. Got the reverser up here. That's the handbrake. We've got gauge glass down here. Can't really see too much there, but one of the things that I quite like about this is it's got electronic gauges. So here we can see pressure gauge, but down here, if we turn this on, you can see boiler level, tank level, and battery power. What I'm going to do in a minute is fire it up and just show you how quickly this thing comes up to pressure. About 5 minutes, and then it's up and ready to go. I've adjusted this here, which is the pressure switch, down a bit so that the burner cuts off just over 200 instead of up towards 250, and the safety valve, which is here, kicks in roughly the same time, just slightly after. So yeah, I'll fire it up and you can see it. So here we go. Simple as, I've got a safety switch there. Ignition on. Ignition. It's not ignition, it's computer on. Apologies for the noise. That'll fire any second now. Exhaust comes out down there. I suspect you're all going to say, oh, you've got a very messy garage. The good thing is, I don't care. Yes, I do. So we're running. About third, been running for, I don't know, 10 seconds now. Initially smells quite a bit like kerosene. Funnily enough, that's what it's runs on. But the smell soon goes away. I'll bring you back once it's running, when it's up to temperature. That pressure rises. It's only a little boiler. I don't know how many litres are in it, but probably only, I don't know, 5 or 6. We're coming up to 200. It'll cut off around 220. So there we go. While it was warming up, I literally just had enough time to do a little bit of oiling. This is a Mark 1 Lykamobile. It's run off batteries which are down here with an inverter. One thing that the Mark 1 doesn't come with is chest drains, so I put these in. It really makes it work much better. It used to hydrolock terribly. And there's the safety. So even though the burner cut off, the pressure continued to rise. What with it being a water tube boiler, it retains a lot of energy in any metal that's not exposed. That is exposed to water. Sorry, not exposed to water. Getting all tangled up. We'll wait for that to stop, and I'll give it a run for you. There we go. So drains are open. And there we go, make a bit less steam this time. So you can see these two things here, these are the mechanical oilers. They put steam oil into the top of the steam car, which makes its way into the cylinders. You can see now we've got down to 150. Burner turned back on. I'm going to turn it off because we don't need any more. It's really clever, it's self-regulated, so all it's got is pressure sensor and boiler level sensors. Little circuit board in there, looks a bit like a Raspberry Pi. It's not, but it looks like it. But it runs really well. Just smooth. At the moment it's going backwards. Direct chain drive, so there's no neutral, but the wheel jacks up. steam you're seeing is the exhaust, obviously. So, the steam chest drains are shut. You see how efficient it is. You know, it hasn't dropped much pressure. Boiler level's the same. Obviously, you make a bit of a thug in here when we're running this. There's a couple of methods of getting water into the boiler. There's a manual hand pump, which works all the time, and when it's at pressure it's actually pretty stiff. And then you've got two water pumps, one there, there, which is actuated via this valve and this handle here. So yeah, that's the newest acquisition. Bit of work to do to it. It's not road registered yet, so I've got to go through that rigmarole. I'd like to tidy up the wire, and it's a bit of a mess. Things like the handbrake cable actually foul under here, but it's how I got it. The only thing we've done is had a boiler test on it. We put some lights which are, might not be to everyone's liking, but I like them. I think they're replica motorbike lights, but got brake lights on it as well. There's usually a basket that goes here to cover up all the burners, so you wouldn't know. And obviously the seat's not on it, that's over there. Runs with this tiller, which is fairly lively when it's out on the road. It's kind of left or right really. Being a modern machine, it's got hydraulic brakes which we've reconditioned. That really helps, because throwing it in reverse is all well and good, but it's not exactly safe for the road, is it? Anyway, I'll cut it off for there. See you next time. Thank you.